Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, I'm John and I'm back with another video on my channel Musings of a Marine. Uh, there is an island in the Philippines that I've really wanted to talk uh, to people about. I've never been there, but I know somebody who does live there. And this is an island that has the potential of becoming the next Boracay of the Philippines, though I'm sure a lot of people hope that never happens. And it could really turn into a special resort island. And I'm talking about the island of Siqijior. Now, there's a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, that certainly would not ever want to go to Siqijior. My wife would be one of those people. They're still afraid of the stigma that goes with that island. And I wanted to tell the story for all the people out there who watch my videos who aren't familiar with this island. Siqijior is a small island. It's about 132 square miles in size. And it's about an hour or so ferry ride from the city of Dumaguete in the province of Negros Oriental on the island of Negros. And that's really how you get to it. You fly into Dumaguete and then you take the ferry to Siqijior. And it's kind of a hidden gem though, really. But a lot of people are afraid of it. There's about 96,000 people that live on this island, and the Spaniards used to call it Fire Island. And the reason they did was because there are so many fireflies on this island that at night the island has a glow to it. And some people might think that that's the mysterious thing about it. But hey, even here in Michigan, we have fireflies. It's not like it's some new phenomena, or Siqijior is the only place that has such a thing. So when I hear all these myths about it, oh, it's Witchcraft Island, it's Voodoo Island, I kind of laugh about that. I'm very skeptical that such things even exist, though people do want to tell you stories. Oh, I heard about this, I heard about that. But I don't know anybody personally, and I've never met one Filipino on the 7 times I've been to that country who's ever gone to Siqijior and had a bad experience. Unfortunately, most of the people I know in the Philippines would never even go there. But I wanted to mention something to somebody because, this island became its own province in September 17th, 1971. September 17th, that's my wife's birthday, by the way. She turned 10 years old that day. So I'm kind of reading some notes here, but I want some people to understand about this. If this island is so full of voodoo and witchcraft, why is it that 95% of the population there classifies themselves as Catholic? Okay, that would kind of conflict, don't you think? That might have been the old Siqijior with the old people. But now they actually call these people healers. They don't even call them, witches or anything like that. The so-called potions that they come up with. They actually have a love potion. They call it Gayuma. These aren't to harm anybody. And I don't even know if Gayuma even does anything for anybody. But the fact of the matter is this is what you read about Siqijior now, and these are the things that you hear. And the reason is because they're trying to get rid of the stigma. They would like to have some tourism there. There's some really beautiful beaches. They've got this one beautiful crystal clear waterfall that comes in there where you can swing onto a rope into the pool of water after the falls into it, if you will. So anyways, this is the kind of stuff that you can do. You don't have a lot of pollution there. When you get onto the island, if you want to get around, you have to rent a motorcycle or a scooter or something because there's not a lot of cars readily available. And so this could be a very nice place to visit and a very pristine place to visit as well. And so why would people be so afraid of it? You've got thousands upon thousands of people, mostly Catholic, who are living here and they're doing just fine. And then on top of that, I came across through someone I work with about a guy from the state of Michigan who actually lives in Siqijior, and his name's Danny. And he lives there with his wife, May, and May's son. And they've got some dogs and a cat. And they live in the area of Siqijior called Lazi. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Well, Danny has a culinary degree, and it was always his dream in living there to set up his wife and his stepson with a business so when he passes, they would have some income coming in and be able to make a living. So him having a culinary arts degree, hey, why not open a restaurant? And I am happy for Danny, and I'm going to give a little plug for him to say that now his wife, it bears her name. Her nickname is Neck Neck. They now have a restaurant called Neck Neck's Pizzeria and Bistro. And because there's not hardly anything like that on the island of Siqijior, and certainly not in Lazi, I suspect he's going to do very, very well. And I would love to go there and visit him and meet him face to face, instead of just being Facebook friends, and go there and check out his restaurant. I'm sure his food is delicious, and I'm sure he's going to do well there, because as that island gets more popular and more tourists come there, they're going to need a restaurant to eat, right? So there you go. And that could be the start of something really, really great for Danny and May, and I hope it indeed does happen. But this is the type of things I'm talking about, folks, is that here is an island that has such a bad stigma to it, and it shouldn't. It's a really beautiful, pretty island, and plenty of room for expansion, though a lot of people may not want it to expand. But it is a place worth visiting, and it is pretty accessible. And there is some great history there. And so there's a little bit of mystery to it. So what? That's the intrigue of the place. You're not going to die if you go there. Danny has been living there for I don't know how many years now. He doesn't know of one incident of voodoo or witchcraft or anything like that. And it wasn't bad enough. They have this reputation. Philippines, Hollywood, there in Metro Manila, has to go make a horror movie called Siqijior, of all things. But the island really isn't like that. And I know this, though I've not been there, because I know somebody who lives there, who's an American, who, if anybody they wanted to put a curse on, maybe they'd put it on him. But it's not just him. He has Australian friends who live there as well. So I'm not going to tell people how to think or what you should do. And unfortunately, I'm probably never going to be able to travel to Siqijior with my wife, because she believes in this unproven, bogus stigma that this island has. And if anybody has any comments to correct me on this, please put them on my channel. I would love to hear them. And tell me your stories about it, because it would be very interesting. But Danny's lived there for a while now, and he has never seen anything of which anybody's talking about. So I just want to put in a plug there. Visit his restaurant if you go to Siqijior. It's on the southern part of the island, Lazi. And also, go visit Siqijior. I mean, what a magnificent place that island is. And it's off the beaten path, and it's fresh air. And maybe if you spend the night there, you will get to see how the island glows with the fireflies. And I think it would be something that would be a great experience and a great adventure for anybody who has the opportunity. And if I ever get the chance to go there, I'll take my nephew, Baba, who's brave and adventurous like me, and we'll go visit him. So thanks for tuning in. That's all I wanted to say. But I just can't be any happier for Danny that this has all worked out for him. And on this island of all places, just makes it all the more special. So, Semper Fi, God bless, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.